Good morning. So I have this book. It's called A Year Through the Torah, a week-by-week journey for Christians. I thought that it would be when I started reading Torah, I thought that it would be, really helpful, and it actually really is. So I wanted to share some of the commentary for this week's Torah portion, Pekudei, whatever, however it's pronounced. Anyway, it says here, so Moses made an accounting of the materials donated by the people for the assembling of the tabernacle. Bezalel, which I don't have my Bible right now, and Aholiab made the priestly garments, the ephod, the breastplate, blue robe, tunic, turban, headband, sash, and undergarments, and all according to the specifications given to Moses on Mount Sinai by Yahuwah. And so that's what this week's Torah portion's about. But this is, let's see here. Some of the things that I read in this, I was just like, I had to share. And I'm getting ready to go over and spend the day with my grandbabies, but I wanted to share this before I left. So these are the records of the tabernacle of the testimony, as they were recorded at the commandment of Moses, and the responsibility of the Levites under the direction of Ithamar, the son of Aaron, the priest. And so all of the various components of the Mishkan. The Mishkan is the tabernacle, the tent tabernacle. The Mishkan were then brought to Moses, who then erected it. Moses erected it and anointed it with holy anointing oil. Aaron and his 4 sons were initiated into the priesthood. This parasha concludes with the Shekinah cloud of glory appearing over the Mishkan, signifying that the Lord's presence has come to dwell within it. I still, can you imagine, with it, the cloud and the fire, the pillar of smoke and the pillar of fire, and I can't even imagine. But according to Jewish midrash, which is, from what I understand, their Bible studies. So basically, they go through the Torah portion, and then they basically have a meeting where they get together and they discuss what the Father, kind of like we do in Agape Love Co. On the Discord, where we have on Thursdays we have a call and we discuss what the Father's shown us out of the Torah portion. So according to Jewish midrash, the Mishkan, remember this is the tabernacle, was completed on Kislev 25. But Yahuwah told Moses not to assemble and dedicate it until the new moon of Nisan, called Rosh Chodeshim, and it's the start of the new year, which we just had, some people's calendars, on the 13th. So I thought that was really interesting. It was prepared, but he wanted it erected and dedicated on the new year, which is really cool. So on Nisan 1, the start of the joyous month of redemption from Egypt, the Levites began to assemble the Mishkan. Now here it's saying the Levites are assembling the Mishkan, so no, Moses didn't. And Israel began an 8-day celebration. However, neither the Levites nor Bezalel could assemble the beams for the Mishkan. Now, this is just, Jewish oral stories coming down. So take it with a grain of salt. But the people came to Moses and asked for his help, and Yahuwah performed a miracle for him, allowing him to assemble the beams. He then went on to cover the layers with the tapestries, put the 2 tablets into the Ark of the Covenant, and completed the Holy of Holies. Moshe then placed the table with the bread of presence, the altar of incense, and the menorah in the holy place. In fact, Moses was given the privilege of assembling. Moses was given the privilege of assembling the entire Mishkan, including the outer court, as a gift from Yahuwah for his faithfulness. So the only problem I have with this is, and the only question, and that's, you're going to find in doing these Bible studies with me that I have lots of questions. And I'm so thankful because my questions have gotten me to where I am today, because I ask and then he gives me answers. So, but if they couldn't assemble the beams, then how are they going to continuously assemble the beams every time they move and set up? That's my question. So anyway, why is it called the Mishkan? The word Mishkan comes from the Hebrew word lishkon, meaning to rest, and was considered to be the resting place of the Shekinah presence of Yahuwah. The Mishkan is also called the Mishkan of Testimony. And if I'm pronouncing that wrong, someone please let me know. Anyway, since it testified of God's forgiveness of his people for their idolatry with the golden calf. So this is kind of interesting what I found. The sages sometimes say that the building of the Mishkan is an analog of Yahuwah's creation of the universe itself. So I love this. Creation of the world, first day, heavens spread as a curtain, building of the Mishkan, curtains over the Mishkan. Second day, upper and lower waters separated. The Parashat curtain separates the Kodesh, the holy place, from Kodesh Kodeshim, the Holy of Holies. Day 3, lower waters are gathered. The gathering of the people, the Kiyor, the bronze laver. Fourth day, creation of the sun and moon and stars, the light of the menorah. Fifth day, creation of fish and birds, the cherubim, the cherubim. Sixth day, creation of Adam and Eve, Adam in Eden. Dedication of Aaron and his priest. Seventh day, Yahuwah rested. Shabbat, anointed oil upon the Mishkan. With the Mishkan in place, the book of Exodus comes to a close. It says, no Mishkan or temple. Since today there is no physical Mishkan or temple, Advat 3:6 is often quoted to encourage the Yahudim to seek the divine presence. And it says, if 10 sit and engage in Torah study, the divine presence abiding among them, as it is said, Yahuwah stands in the congregation of Yahuwah. Psalms 82:1. How do we know that it applies to 5? Because of the verse. He has founded his bunch on the earth, Amos 9:6. How do we know that it applies to even 3? Because of the verse, he will judge in the midst of the judges, Psalms 82:1. Well, we all know that where 2 or more are gathered together. How do we know that it applies to even 2? The verse teaches, then they who feared Yahuwah spoke one to another, and Yahuwah listened and heard. It applies even to 1, since it is said, in every place where I cause my name to be mentioned, I will come and bless you. Exodus 20:24. As believers in Yeshua, the beloved Mashiach, however, we understand and know that access to the divine presence is ours through faith. The veil has been rent. Matthew 22:50 and 51. So I just wanted to share that with you. I love getting extra insight because, like I said, I have so many questions when I read the word. So it's so cool to have insight from all the sages. And yes, no, I don't believe in mystic Judaism and the sages and the oral tradition, but Yeshua heard all of these things, and his disciples, they read and heard all of these teachings, and so I just think it's fun and exciting to know and hear what he grew up learning. And so anyway, I just wanted to share it with you. Have a fabulous day. It is Friday preparation day, so prepare to have a solemn rest and time with our King tomorrow. Be blessed. Have a great day. Bye.